Hannah, and welcome back to my channel, or hi, hello if you're new here. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. In today's video, I'm really excited because I'm going to be showing you all how I do my makeup while wearing a face mask. This face mask I got from my friend Jennifer. Now, she did not ask me to do this, but I'm going to be doing this just because I want to. If you would like a really super cute face mask like this one right here, then you should definitely check out her Etsy shop. I'll have it listed down below in the description box, but she makes a bunch of these really cute fabric cloth masks, and I know that a lot of states and just a lot of places and just different things like that have mandated masks, and I really wanted to do this video today just to kind of show y'all how you can do your makeup while wearing a face mask. So if you are interested in that, then let's go ahead and get right on into this tutorial. The thing that I try to do while wearing a face mask is I'll try to match my eyeshadow to the colors of the face mask, or I'll just do what I normally do and just match my eyeshadow to my shirt or just my outfit. So what I'm going to do first is go into my Colourpop Yes Please palette. This is my current favorite palette. I love this palette. It is like thebomb.com. I'm going to take the shade Champs, which is just right there. It is a really pretty peachy pink color. What I'm going to be doing with that shade is applying it to the crease with this little crease brush right here. Now, you can use whatever palette you have at home, but I'm just going to be showing y'all what I like to do for my everyday mask makeup routine. My BH Cosmetics Royal Affair eyeshadow palette, I'm going to take that shade Lady, which is just a really pretty salmon pink color, and I'm just going to be applying that to the outer half of my lid and into my crease just to kind of deepen things up just a little bit and just add a little bit more definition. That shade Champs was more like our transition shade, and this is just kind of going to help add a little bit of definition since the shade Lady is just a little bit darker than the shade Champs. My L'Oreal Infallible Paints eyeshadow. This is just any shade of Rose Chrome. This is absolutely one of my favorite everyday highlighters because it's not a highlighter, it's an eyeshadow. I've been calling this eyeshadow a highlighter. Cut. Alright, now I'm going to be taking this L'Oreal Infallible Paints eyeshadow. This is just any shade of Rose Chrome. This is one of my favorite everyday eyeshadows because it's just a very, very soft, neutral pink. It is nothing super fancy or bold. I'm just going to take this little flat shader brush right here. I'm just going to be applying that to my lid where there is no shadow. Now that my eyeshadow is pretty much done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to mascara. I just have to say, I love the way that soft pinks really, really look on me with brown eyes. I just think it makes your brown eyes look really, really pretty. So if you haven't ever tried like a soft peachy pink eyeshadow look, I definitely recommend it, especially if you have dark brown eyes, because it's just going to make them pop and just look really, really pretty, especially in the summertime. So now what I'm going to do is curl my eyelashes with my e.l.f. eyelash curler, and I'm going to be applying mascara. The mascara that I'm going to be using is just the Maybeline the Falsies mascara. Now, I do recommend if you are wearing glasses, you might want to invest in a waterproof mascara, especially for your lower lash line, because I've had some people tell me that they've had to switch to waterproof for their lower lashes while wearing glasses because it'll kind of like make your eyes water or just whatever, and it'll kind of make your mascara run. So that is something that you might want to do. I don't have that issue because I don't wear glasses, but you might want to, if you are a glasses wearer, invest in a waterproof mascara. Now, this step is not for everybody, but I absolutely love this step, and that is why I'm going to be doing this because all you can really see with the mask on is from here up. So I really like to take a lot of time while doing my eyes, and one of the favorite things that I like to do is wear false lashes. These are from e.l.f. These are just their natural lashes, and these are just super, super natural, just very, very wispy, very perfect for everyday wear, whether you are going to be going to school or you're going to be going to work, just whatever. They're not very bold and they're not very out there, which is why I picked these. Now, if for whatever reason you don't want to buy the e.l.f. eyelashes, you don't have to. You can also get the Ardell Demi Wispies. Those are really nice as well. I like these because these have a nice, very, very thin band, so they're not very noticeable at all when you do put them on. So that is just what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be using this little eyelash applicator from Beauty Big Bangs to apply them, and then I'm going to be using my Kiss Strip Eyelash Adhesive. I have black, but I really prefer clear, but I got a black glue because that's what my mom got me from the store, so I'm just going to have to use what I have. Another trick that I have for false eyelashes is you can kind of take them and wiggle them back and forth between your fingers like this. This just helps the band to bend a little bit so that way it'll better fit your eye. I picked up this tip from Lily Jean here on YouTube. She is a fellow YouTuber, and I one day stumbled across her false eyelash video, and that is how I learned this little trick, and it actually works. So there you go right there. You can just bend your lashes for just a couple of seconds before you apply the glue, just to help them kind of better fit your eye a little bit. Our eyes done, let's move on to the rest of the face. So let's talk about primers. So primers are very important to use whenever you are doing your foundation and your concealer, because it's going to help your makeup last all day long. Now, during this time of having to wear a face mask and everything, if you're someone that you don't really want your makeup to rub off on your mask, there's two things that you can do. Number one, use a very, very sticky, grippy primer. I really love the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I currently just ran out of that primer, so I don't have it with me at the moment. I need to place an order for it really soon. But another great alternative that I have found, even though this isn't a sticky primer, it still kind of helps my makeup last all day long, and it kind of helps it to not rub off. This is the Ulta Beauty Mattifying Face Primer, and this is oil-free. The reason that I like this is because, number one, I have very, very oily skin. As you may or may not can tell, like, my face is super, super shiny. So I like the fact that this kind of helps to mattify my complexion. Like I said, it isn't a sticky primer. It's more on the lines of kind of just a mattifying primer. But it does have a little bit of a grip to it, where it kind of does help my makeup to not rub off as quickly. So you should prime your face just like you should prime your walls before you paint your house. I normally go in with a lot of primer these days just to kind of help everything last a little bit longer. So that's about how much I have onto my fingertips, and I'm just going to be applying this to my face. And yes, I'm very much aware that the CDC recommends you not to touch your face right now, but guess what? I don't have any other way to put on my primer, so it's fine. I wash my hands. I sanitize very, very frequently. I always have a hand sanitizer sitting on my desk, so we are good before anybody freaks out about me touching my face. So I'm going to go ahead and get out my big mirror right here that I have to the side of me. I actually picked this up at Walmart, so if you're in need of a really big hand mirror, definitely check out there. They're not bad. I think this was only like $5 or $6, which I understand can be a bit pricey for some, but for me, I actually really liked the price. So now we are going to be moving on to foundation, and one of the biggest tips that I can give y'all is to work in very, very light layers. So what I normally do is I build up the coverage in my forehead area, because I've actually been having really bad breakouts on my forehead. I've somewhat, knock on wood, got it cleared up, but for the most part, I've had really bad breakouts. So I have been really loading up on the coverage around my forehead, but I'll do a very, very light coverage around this perimeter. And the reason why I like to work with a light coverage, and this is the second tip that I'm going to give you, is the less product that you have around this perimeter of your face, the less is going to rub off onto your face mask. So work in very, very light layers. Something else that I have been really liking, and this has nothing to do with wearing a face mask, just kind of happened on a whim. So a couple of weekends ago, I actually did go stay with my grandparents. They haven't been anywhere. They haven't been doing anything. We've all been staying at home. And I decided I just wanted to go spend the night with them. So I did. I was completely safe. It was fine. But I forgot to bring my water bottle to wet my beauty sponge. And so I ended up having to use my beauty sponge dry. I actually really liked the way that my makeup turned out when I used it dry instead of damp. So that's what I'm going to do today. It's actually really easy to use. I feel like it doesn't soak up that much product. So that's actually really why I like to use it. So we're just going to go ahead and begin, and I'm just going to dot this foundation all over my face. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation. This is in the shade Soft Ivory. This is my current favorite foundation at the moment. Another thing that I like about this too is if this does rub off, it is a stick, so it is very easy to just slide into your purse and just kind of take your finger and dab, 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 or you can take your sponge with you and just kind of touch up the areas that messed up. So that's another good tip as well. Invest in a stick foundation, and you can put it in your purse and just kind of touch up around the areas of your face that you want to if you find that it's coming off. Skip that most days I do skip, and I have to be completely honest with y'all, I don't really go out a whole lot anymore as much as I used to. I'm really only going out if we have to. Like the other day, we ran out of a bunch of stuff that we stockpiled on, so we had to go to the store and we had to replenish our stock. And just because a lot of things are still not back to the way they were with stocking and everything, like in the stores, we've been having to go a lot, and we've been having to go a lot of different places, me and my mom, to find and pick up what we need. But anyway, I just want to throw that disclaimer out there that no, I am not being frivolous and careless and, going to the mall or going out and seeing people or seeing friends or going to parties or anything like that. I'm definitely not doing that at all. We are only going out when we need to. I had a doctor's appointment recently that we had to go to, and having a virtual visit or an over-the-phone visit was not an option because there were some things that we needed to do, some paperwork that we needed to do, etc. So everybody's having to do what is best for them right now and their family, which is what me and my family is doing for ourselves as well. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is here, most days I skip this step, but today, honestly, I'm going to do this just for why not. This is the NYX HD Concealer. This is their Studio Concealer, and I have the shade Fair. And this is just what it looks like. I don't do concealer every single day just because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's not really a necessary step, honestly. I don't know. I've been really backing off of using concealer. But anyway, I like this one because it has a very, very tiny sponge tip applicator. I'm not a big fan of the giant applicators. I also don't use a lot of concealer either. All I do is just do one tiny dot here and then another one there. And the reason why I do this is because I am a huge fan of Robert Welsh here on YouTube, and that is what he says he does on himself and his clients. So just because of him, I do that for that reason, and then I take the little tip of my BB sponge right here and I blend out that concealer. I'm also not a super big fan about brightening my under eye area and using a concealer that's a shade lighter than my skin tone. I just don't like the way that looks. I feel like it looks super unnatural in everyday, day-to-day life. So I always get my concealer in the same shade as my skin tone for my under eye just because I don't really like using a brightening under eye concealer. Does it look good in photos and things like that? Yeah, but for everyday life, it does not look cute. So I really recommend buying a concealer that's your skin tone. So now I'm going to be setting that concealer in place with the Hard Candy Translucent Loose Sheer Envy Powder. Even on days that I don't wear concealer, I still set my under eye area just because I have a lot of creases under my eyes, like most people, and I don't really like for my concealer or my foundation to crease under there. And I just accidentally poured out a ton of powder and wasted a ton of product. When I opened up that cap, it just like exploded everywhere. I had this incident the other day with eyeshadow where I was in the middle of filming a tutorial and one of my eyeshadows broke in my little Z palette. It actually came out of the Z palette, the magnet did, and it fell on my desk and it just shattered everywhere. So now I'm having the same issue with my setting powder. But anyway, I'm just going to use this little powder puff to apply the powder underneath my eye. Alrighty, now I'm going to finish up my lower lash line. So first I'm going to go in with my LA Colors eyeliner. This is just the auto eyeliner, and this is just in the shade of white. Now this eyeliner does not smudge. This also doesn't claim to be a waterproof liner, but it doesn't smudge. But if you need a really good, affordable waterproof eyeliner from the drugstore, I definitely recommend the Maybeline ones. Those are really, really good, and they don't smudge, they don't budge, they don't go anywhere. So the reason why I like to use a white is just because it kind of brightens up the under, or my eye area, not really the under eye area, but it just kind of brightens and makes you look more awake. And if you're like me, you probably are a major night owl. I am such a strange person. I'm a night owl, but then I'm also like a morning person. And then that makes no sense. Like, I can do both. I'm kind of weird like that. I can stay up really, really late, and then I can get up really, really early, and I can be totally chill and fine. I don't need coffee or anything like that. I don't know. I'm kind of a strange little person like that. But anyway, I know some of my viewers probably are going to be going back to school really soon, whether that be actual school, whether it be virtual school, anything like that. I know that in my state, certain counties and towns around me, they're offering the choice that you could either do online school, which is virtual school, or you could go back to school in person. What I want to know is I did homebound when I was in school, when I was younger. That means my teachers came to the house, and then eventually I was just solely homeschooled. So I thought about maybe doing a video for those of you who are going to be doing virtual school, or for those of you who are going to be doing homeschool this year, maybe doing a video about some tips and some tricks and some things that I did to really help me focus with homeschool. Maybe it could be helpful for you if you're enjoying your homeschool, or if you're a parent and you're going to be homeschooling your kids. Maybe you want some pointers and some tips, that type of thing. I know there's tons of YouTubers here on YouTube that already do homeschool videos and that type of thing, but maybe I could help you out just kind of being like a person that was homeschooled, not really being the person that's doing the homeschool. Maybe I could help you out in some sort of way. So if y'all want to know anything like that, or if you want to see a video like that from me, let me know down in the comments below, because I've been really thinking about it, and I've been really wanting to do it just to help y'all out. So let me know down in the comments if you would like to see that video. So now I'm going to be doing a little bit of shadow on my lower lash line. So I'm going to go with my Royal Affair palette. I'm going to take that shade of Lady, and we're just going to smudge that along my lower lash line area. Even though this is a concealer brush, I really like this for the under eye, because it's really flat and it's really tiny, so it fits that little corner nicely. Now I'm just going to be going into that same mascara that I used for my upper lashes on my lower lashes. I actually really like this mascara. I've been using this mascara since I was a teenager, and it has not failed me yet. I used to flip-flop back and forth between this one and one from CoverGirl. It was in a yellow tube, and I cannot find that mascara anywhere anymore. I've been looking online because I've been wanting to do a video about products that I used to love. Alrighty, so this next step probably are not something that everybody thinks is super necessary, because again, your face is covered, you can't really see anything, but I do this part for me because I love makeup that much. So I have been really into putting on my bronzer, my blush, and my highlighter just like I normally would, because that's what I enjoy and that's what I love. So what we're going to be doing first is we're going to be doing our bronzer. So for bronzer today, I'm just going to be using my Benefit Cheekleaders palette, and I'm just going to be using the original Hoola bronzer in this palette. I love the Hoola bronzer. It is absolutely one of my favorite bronzers. Now, there is no way to make this rub off or come off, or not rub off and come off into your face mask. But you know what? I don't really care. Like I said, I do my makeup for me, for my enjoyment. I don't do it for other people. I don't do it for other people to sit and look at. And makeup is something that I love. Makeup is something that I enjoy. So that is why I choose to put on these products. Now, if you're watching this at home and you want to just stop right where I am at, that is perfectly fine. But I'm going to be doing this for me because I enjoy it. Now I'm going to be using a blush, and for blush today, I'm going to be going into my e.l.f. Total Face Palette. I haven't used this in a very, very long time, and I'm kind of debating on if I want to declutter this out of my collection or not, because it's just not getting used. There's other products that I like that I use over this product. It's not a bad product, but like I said, there's just things that I have that I use over this, and I kind of feel bad because my mom had this before I did. She didn't really use it that often, so she ended up giving it to me. I'm kind of in the same boat, so I might give this to my teenage cousin, but anyway, I'm going to be using that blush right there at the top because I feel like it would work perfectly with this eyeshadow look. And to apply it, I'm just going to be using this angled blush brush. My longtime subscribers remember when I used to use this all the time in my videos. Like, oh my gosh, like this was all I would ever freaking use. This is the Profusion face palette, and today I'm going to be using it for the highlighter. And for highlight, I'm just going to be using the shade Dream, which is that shade right there. And to apply it, I'm just going to be using this highlight brush. I'm also going to be highlighting my inner corner as well with this tiny little lip brush. Alrighty, and because it just gets everywhere and it just gets super, super messy while having a mask on, I have been completely skipping wearing a lip product if I'm going to just be going out for something very quickly at a store. I don't put on a lip product because it just gets messy and it just rubs everywhere, all over my mouth and my chin, and it just feels gross having a lip product on with a face mask. So I just skip doing my lips. But if I'm at home and I'm going to be at home all day, then I'll pop on something on my lips, because I pretty much do my makeup every single day either way, just because, like I said, it's something that I enjoy. It's something that I love. Does my family care if I have makeup on? No. But it's something that I love and that I enjoy and do for myself. So with that being said, I really hope that this video was super, super helpful and very, very entertaining for you to watch. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there as well, because I'm here for you with new videos every Thursdays, Saturdays, and Mondays at 6 or 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also go over on my social media and you can give me a follow on there if you would like to keep up with me, keep tabs on me, and keep a lookout for when I post and upload new videos. And like I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this video, if you would like to get a really cute fabric mask, you should definitely check out my friend Jennifer's Etsy shop. I'll have that link down in the description box as well. She makes kid size masks, she makes adult size masks, and they are very, very good quality, and they are machine washable, which is also a big bonus as well. So if you enjoyed this video, thank you all so much for watching this. I greatly appreciate it. I hope to see you all back on Thursday. So yeah, bye my little unicorns.